Did you have a good night? Did you? Yeah, that's a good thumbnail for show. Faux show. Don't worry, I'm not just reading any text right now. I'm actually sharing my stream out.
Paying too much for your wireless service? I've been there.
Paying too much for your wireless service? What's up, MD? I got mobile service stuff. It's like a cartoon. That's Google telling me I'm live. Coffee's so good this morning. Good morning, Mama Q. Good morning. I'll be done in a second. Yes, I love that mug. Good morning, Snobby. Hope you had a good day so far. Mama Q, 2 on panel. That's funny. Oh my God, I keep hitting the same thing. Okay, now I'm all yours. All phone preparation is over. I think nobody was really on last night. I mean, Granny was on. That's not a nobody. That's Granny. But, you know, other than that, it was pretty boring out there. What's the matter with you, MD? $10, Mama Q. In my PayPal, Super Chat, whichever way you want to do it. That's the fee for retracting messages. I ain't got time for that. Come on now. Hello, Dusty. Good morning to you. Well, good afternoon. Okay. I'll be looking for it. Washington County News Station. Good morning. Kind of early for you, huh? I just had to mute that so it doesn't keep going off and off. Dirty Rotten Imbecile. Hello, Deidre. Good morning. Carolyn, to be. Hello. How are you? If you like my thumbnail, it was brought to you by Mama Q. So how's everybody's day going so far? I'm happy. Get out of bed okay. I actually slept. I think I went to bed 11 o'clock. And I slept all the way through to 3:30 without getting up, which is pretty damn good. You happy, Deidre? That's good. You're in a happy mood? Yeah, it's going to be raining here too, Carolyn. It looks pretty nasty outside already. Really overcast and gloomy. Yeah, vacations are good, but when you get back after vacation to your job, it always seems like it's a shit show. Yeah, I never sleep more than a couple hours at a time. I'm always tossing and turning because of my back. But for some reason, that was like 4.5 hours of sleep, straight through without having to get up. Then, of course, I went back to sleep till 5. Then I got up for good. I bet you Granny sleeps in today. 1 year anniversary. Well, congratulations, MD. Mm-hmm. Sock. I seen that. I wasn't going to comment right away, but I seen it. Kuntz, good morning. I just drank my coffee, Deidre. It was needed. You need that concoction Mama Dawn told you about. That's what you need. Hey, what's up, Em? How are you? Did you wake up this morning to more crap going on, Em? Did you? You got to have warm ginger ale in the house. Okay, I'll look. I can't wait to watch that one. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure that's the problem. Like a lizard growing its tail back. Ooh, what the hell was that? This computer makes sounds. I never know what it's saying. Well, it is kind of special then, MD. Good. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Boop, boop, boop. So, Deidre, when's the day coming? Explain to me, Lucy. When's that day gonna happen? Do you know what I'm talking about, Lucy? Did Kunz? I can't see. Oh, what the hell? The chat slowed down again. Did Kunz make his time? I know he was like 40 hours away. Good morning, Carol. How are you? Oh,
Happy Halloween, Carol. Happy Halloween, Carol.
it's almost there, Carol. It's almost that time. Morning, Gaffer. Passion for Pets, good morning to you. How are you? You still out of town? You're going to be out of town for a while? Oh, awesome. I'm happy for you, Kuntz. Another milestone for your channel, right? That's awesome. All right, MD. We'll be here. Oh, that's good. I always like when I went to hotels for a business or something and I go down there for breakfast. You always got to be like the first one because all the freaking people, they come down there and scavoon all the food. Good morning, Bella Dump Queen. How are you? Coin Collector. Good morning. Yeah, well, at least, you know what? At least you got the notification. Even if it's a little bit later. Some people don't even get it. Yeah, of course I am. I thought I did. Yep. Well, my kids didn't have to go to school today. There's some kind of state testing that's not required. So they were informed that if anybody who wasn't going to take the test didn't have to show up. So the test is really more of a information thing to see how many, to get the rating of the school's scores. It don't mean nothing at all. Are you having a donut, Deidre? Good morning, Governor. How you doing, Smokey? Pumpkin pie.
You like that?
I wish.
Morning. Hi.
Oh shit!
You like that?
Right.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it's for. It's for all kind of funding and to see what this area, scores in testing amongst all the other areas. Yeah, exactly, Smokey. Vertical and breathing.
Hello, Smokey, Gaffer, Mr. K.
So
So,
how was your day?
well, a little disappointing, really, and frustrating, really. The Eastern European that's on the end of us, next door, he put in for some planning permission. Oh, some time ago now, and we objected because of the situation and whatnot, and it got refused. And then he put it in for again. We objected. It got refused. Then he done it again. We objected. He done it. He's done it 4 times. The 5th time, he's changed his agent, and he's been given permission, which is a little bit disappointing. We've had to go up to the offices this morning to say, like, can we appeal against the decision of him being granted permission to build? Because, he don't want to build something small. He wants to put another house on the end of it, pretty much. And basically, the guy is Eastern European. He don't live in the house. He rents it out to more Europeans. They are on benefit welfares, most of them. They are paying for the mortgage, pretty much. Do we want people like that in the UK? No, we don't. Right? So now we're having to go down another route now to try and object to it, although we haven't really got a leg to stand on. Once the decision's been made of, yes, he's got permission to do it, you ain't got a say in the matter anymore. So basically what he will do then, he will get another 2 or 3 in there to help pay for all the money of materials. So yeah, we're a little bit disappointed, to say the least. I mean, that's the problem with the UK right now, is this sort of thing carrying on all over, using our welfare system to pay for the guy's house, and he don't even live there. That's the thing. He don't live in the house. He's got other properties that he's doing the same as well.
Right.
But the thing is, they know how to play the system. They know how to work the system, and this is what they get away with.
Could be up to £700 a month, can't it, for them?
Yep. Yeah.
What's up, Hard Life?
Hard life. And then I've been out on the driveway this morning and put some homemade weed killer down.
Is that what you were talking about yesterday?
Yeah. We went out and got some stuff yesterday, but we're a little bit shy on some salt. So I've managed to do half of it, and we've got to go out and buy some more salt to do the other half. Well, I appreciate that, Bayer Dump Queen. Well, I've come up with pumpkin pies. I mean, you done well to find my name, I know that. But yeah, the other thing that's been on a lot of people's tongue the last few days, week or so, well, I've been doing some extra stuff. I was a bit of a detective. And I can't really say too much on here right now, so I might have to write you a long ass message or something and just explain a couple of things that have come to my attention. You can say, no, drop it, forget about it. We're going to move on from there. And that'd be fine. I mean, it's nothing to do with me anyway, but, well, I say nothing to do with me. I'm in the circle of love, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll do all I can to put an end to it.
Well, we can, instead of you writing it up, we can, if you got time after the stream, we can talk a little bit.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's a better way. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, I learned some things yesterday too again.
Yeah, it's nothing about what else has been happening. This is about what happened on Granny's stream.
Right.
Which, I mean, as you already know my view on it, I mean, it's no big deal. No, there was no harm. There's been no malice to it. Only a couple of nasty things written in the chat. That's all, which are uncalled for. But and I think we've been a little bit. I might be wrong, but I think we've been, what would be the term to use? Barking up the wrong tree, maybe.
On edge. Yeah, I think we might be. Yeah.
We've been looking at the wrong suspects completely.
You think?
I think anyway. I might be wrong. And sometimes I should just learn to keep my big gob shut. But I have to say what's on my mind. As simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think and what I've picked up on. Yeah, what did you say?
Sometimes new eyes have a different view.
Yeah, Dusty was saying sometimes another set of eyes have a different view.
Oh, definitely.
Or what they've seen, others might not have.
Oh,
And
it's good to have different point of views too.
Yeah, I mean, as for Mama Q, at least I've got something between my ear holes.
Oh, that was funny. I think I'm going to go start my own stream.
Well, you know what? About an hour ago, I tried to upload the StreamYard thingy, and it says just like put your email address in. Well, I write my name out, and then you've got to put the @ key in, right? Well, on this stupid computer, because it's a foreign one, right, you can't do the @ key. Your daughter has to go somewhere else, cut and paste an @ key, and then bring it back to that page and put it in. Because this is a European keyboard, so it don't work how it should.
Yeah, you got to get that. You got to put your email address, and then it sends you a 6-digit code.
Yeah, yeah. So mud and water don't count, right? Okay.
Suck a teat.
Yeah, as Gaffer's right. It'd be nice to see Gaffer on a panel, actually. I haven't seen him for a little while. I mean, he's probably gone into proper Christmas mode now, hasn't he?
Good morning, Evie.
Evie, hello. And then there's Ralph right behind Evie.
Hello, Ralph. Get her done, Granny.
And then there's Granny.
I kind of figured Granny'd be sleeping in tonight. She looked tired last night.
There we go.
Where you been,
Hello,
Ralph?
peeps.
Hello, where you been?
I went to bed somewhat earlier yesterday, and and I was working on a video and making a thumbnail. I got most parts uploaded now, and I should be ready to publish this in a bit. Not a very awesome project, but this is just me changing the garage lights for better lit workplace. But anyway, about your keyboard, the at is usually like Shift and then 2, right, on a standard US keyboard, which is also used in the UK, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can change your keyboard settings to reflect those settings, but then the images on the keys won't be the same. So it might be somewhat confusing. But if you know where everything is, you can change the settings.
Yeah, I believe. I mean, obviously, our daughter's tried, and she's very, very good on the computer. It's not worked, Ralph, at all.
Okay.
She's tried this. She's been able to work a system out where she was able to press 3 different keys on the keyboard and then press that. That worked sometimes, and then other times it was frustrating for her. It wouldn't work at all. So then she had to start going somewhere else to find an that letter, bring it back, and then put that
copy
in.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every letter, every symbol there is has a specific code. If you can get that code list, and then I think it was you hold Control and Shift, and then type 3 digits on the numpad, it will change into that symbol. So once you know the code for certain symbols, like the @ sign, you can just do Control Shift 1 2 3, for instance, and then it will turn into that symbol. You just have to memorize that code. Well, yeah, it would be handier if you could get like a keyboard replacement for that laptop, but that's usually difficult, especially when the laptops are slightly older. Maybe eBay, you never know.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the kindness of Raphael's art that sent me this one, which he upgraded and everything. You know,
probably German keyboard.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he upgraded it and everything like that. You know, he said it's more than capable of coping with whatever I need to do on it. So, especially on this, what we do now.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's been working great so far.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've not had a panel yet, and had like 6 on the panel and that, and so it's not been really tested well. But you know what it has done is gave me a lot of experience already, which is, you know, phenomenal. I've learnt so much.
Oh, that's good. That's the main thing. Yeah.
And you know, for what these laptops cost today, I mean, if I was to go to say like Curry's, where they sell all electrical appliances, I wouldn't exactly know what one to pick or buy if I was to go there.
Yeah, you need someone with you that kind of knows the stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, some of them today that I see are so thin and so small. I like the size of this one I've got here.
Yeah.
You know,
smaller and thinner usually means that they compensate by making it less beefed up. You know, a really beefed up system needs more cooling. Therefore, heat sinks are bigger. It has fans and stuff. Therefore, the whole housing of the thing is usually bigger. If you look at a gaming laptop, they're basically just a PC case turned upside down with a screen on it. Kind of like it, but the really thin ones, especially like MacBook Air and the Apple stuff, is really thin. But yeah, they're good for text-based stuff and maybe watching a YouTube clip. But if you want to do anything other than that, you're gonna lack in performance. If you want more performance, it's usually a bigger laptop. And I think that Raphael noticed that on this one because it's clearly a good one.
Oh, without any doubt. I mean, I don't know much about them, but it's a Windows 7 Core i5 with our Lenovo, or whatever it is, enhanced.
Lenovo, yeah, that's the brand name, Lenovo.
A ThinkPad.
Yeah, used to be IBM ThinkPad. Lenovo bought those.
Right, IBM.
Yeah.
International Business Machine.
Yeah, we have another saying for that in the Netherlands,
which
is ik ben moe, which means I am tired. because they used to be so slow. But yeah. Let me see. First upload private. Add
What?
playlist.
Gaffer saying finding the model number. Would that be an L520?
Yeah, I guess. Usually there's a sticker on the bottom that has the whole model number. Usually it's like L50 would be the type, and then there should be like extra digits or numbers behind it for the actual series it belongs to. And then you can have a look if you can find a keyboard for that specific one. And that's basically just screwing out the old one, putting in the new one.
All right, yeah, I mean,
Takes a bit of work.
Yes, of course. Gaffer's saying, like, yeah, he's saying,
Yeah.
sending the code or whatever.
Yeah, Gaffer knows his stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, I know he does, yeah. Far more than I do.
Oh, it's going to be a pain in the ass when you can't get no more support for Windows 7 and try to do Windows 10 then, huh?
Well, Windows 7 will still be working. People think it's going to completely end, like black screen, and that's not true. The support is just going to end, and it will probably run fine the first couple of months. But if a certain hack is found by hackers to backdoor some things in Windows 7 to hack whatever, Microsoft is not going to say, oh, we're going to fix that, because support has ended. So if you, for instance, now install a PC with like Windows XP, which still should work, and if you then go on the internet, then the hackers might have like software tracing to see who is still using Windows XP using a certain backdoor program to get in your computer and do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So it is advised to be using a Windows version that is still supported by Microsoft. So as soon as some kind of leak is found or a hack or whatever, then Microsoft can send an update and you will be safer. So yeah, but Windows 7 will still be usable.
I don't remember, but do they send you something where you can update it?
There was a thing that you could like upgrade for free, and that was basically while your system is running and you have everything on there, you get upgraded, and the new Windows kind of folds around everything you have, and everything you have will still be there, and you will be able to continue. That's called an upgrade. It's basically an extra shell over your Windows 7 that turns it to Windows 10. I myself find those installations somewhat messy sometimes. So what I do, I just erase my computer completely after I get all my important stuff off and put that on like a USB stick or an external drive, and install a new Windows on a blank disk so that I have a very clean installation. But that's me because I'm a nerd. But both will work fine. Yeah.
Right.
And the funny thing is that Windows 10 runs way smoother than Windows 8 and 8.1. And I've even heard people say that it runs smoother than Windows 7 on some systems. And especially if you have a more recent PC, it's actually a lot more beneficial to have Windows 10 opposed to 8 or 7.
Yeah, see, I don't know what Raphael actually done to this before he sent it to me. I know he did say he'd done some upgrading in it.
Yeah, he probably put in more memory and stuff like that, maybe bigger hard drive, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are the easy parts. Hey,
Right.
Recycle Dude is in here.
Good morning, Recycle Dude.
So if I was to ask, I mean, obviously most of the computers available, laptops, are the sort of same all over the world, I would have thought, wouldn't they? For
What?
sort of buy. I say like there's only so many laptops out there to buy by manufacturers. Say like a Sony one or yeah. So what we buy in the UK, would that be the same as what would be available in Australia?
Yeah, usually. The problem with laptops is they bring out, every brand has like a segment. They have like the low budget, the mid class, the high budget, and the gamer series. Like usually like 4 different ones. And then there's different versions. Then you can get the version that has, instead of 16 megabytes, has gigabytes, has 32, and that gets a different model number. So there's, from those 4 basics, there's each of them, there's all kinds of different ones, and that's quite hectic to sort through all those different model numbers. And they do that just about every 6 months. They bring out a whole new line of those 4 different levels with all different specifications. And that's just one brand. And then you have all those different brands. So just about every 6 months, the whole market is flooded with, like, I don't know, hundreds of different types of laptops. And it's quite confusing to figure out, especially if you're doing repairs and you need parts to get what do I need for this one, what do I need for that one. The easy part is memory and hard drive. Those are always the same. Ish.
Okay.
But yeah, buying a basically for this price, that segment laptop of this brand in that country will be basically the same as going to a completely other country and buying a different brand, but in the same segment for the same price, you will have basically the same system.
Right.
So there's not that much difference in there. I mean, you can spare like a 50 here or there maybe, but that's just about it.
Yeah, because Gaffer just wrote there, it's not just that, Ralph, it's also hardware, drivers, software won't be able to be used on Windows 7 after a period. See, now that type of
after a period, yeah, true.
I'm lost. I'm lost now.
If you buy a device like a webcam or a scanner or a printer or like a peripheral device, it's called, I think, like an extra device, you connect that through USB to your PC, and because the device is so new, it only has software for Windows 10 and maybe Windows 8 and no longer for 7 because that's old and no longer supported. So at some point, you're going to buy equipment that will no longer work on Windows 7, and you need to have an upgraded version of Windows. It's not bad to be behind a bit, but not too far, because otherwise you can't use your newer stuff. And the same with older stuff. I had an old webcam that I could not get working on Windows 7 because support for that thing ended with Windows XP, because the device itself also has a support period. They're not going to be making new software for devices that came out 10 years ago.
So we might have Windows 10 on there because that new camera fits perfect.
Yeah, so this new Logitech camera, right, that works with this system now. That might not work if I was to get an upgraded 10 Windows.
When did you buy this webcam?
Oh, recently,
Yeah, so no problem. That'll work for 10. My webcam is 10 years old, and that still works. Because it's a high segment webcam, this thing was like, I don't know, 90 euros. But because it's a top of the line, usually, especially Logitech, they're very good with support and drivers, we'll keep updating the drivers for them. And in many devices, the software isn't that different, and the hardware isn't that different. So things will remain working for a long period of time. It's usually like weird, cheap, off-brand devices that stop working. If you get high segment A brand devices, usually you have longer support for them. So you won't have to worry.
I've just got to let the beard. I'm about 10 miles from London, maybe 12 from the actual centre, not even that, 11 miles from the centre of London, on the south side. Yeah, it's all interesting though. It's very good. I enjoy that. Learning a bit more there. Oh, I'd like to be in Dorset, I think. In fact, I'd like to not be far from Cornwall or maybe Newquay. Newquay probably better. Yeah.
Good morning, Mart.
So did you learn anything there, Jay, at all?
It a little bit. It's more of he might as well have been speaking Chinese to me. It's very informational. I appreciate when he does that, but I'm not all that, computer savvy. I can get around. It takes me a bunch of times to learn something. So
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and me.
has Ralph got any suggestions if we went and bought a new laptop?
Well, obviously, you wouldn't be able to get a Windows 7 anymore. I wouldn't have thought.
No,
Only
if
that.
you buy a laptop now or a computer, it has Windows 10. It won't even have Windows 8
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
if you buy a new one. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Gil Skills.
Oh, Gil Skills is in here. Where's my phone? I'm got to show a quick picture because yesterday, finally, my casting worked. The last one, the 7th attempt for the G. So this is what it looks like now.
Yeah.
The G still needs a bit of polishing, but yeah. And I need to get the sprue off. That's in the middle of the G. But yeah, it's coming along pretty dang good.
Very good, Ralph.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of getting a very thin sheet of copper plating to put on the on the wooden plaque. So because making the whole thing out of copper would make it like 60 pounds probably. But a thin sheet on top might be interesting, and I might be able to like stamp the letters Gil Skills in there, and maybe painting it a bit. I'm gonna have to look into that. Well, yeah, I was really happy that it finally worked. So. Oh yeah, and of course, I got myself. They're almost gone now, because you need some energy for doing work and stuff.
Yeah, you probably only get one then, didn't you?
Only one box, yeah. I've
I mean,
hey,
one.
JJ hopped off.
Oh dear. Sure, I'm missing some chat now. Yeah, I thought so.
And he back.
yeah, I just wanted to refresh.
So yeah, I'm gonna look for some sheet metal copper somewhere, like 0.5 millimeter thick. That wouldn't be too much of a problem, I guess.
I mean, stainless steel sheet would be a lot easier to find, Ralph, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that's not what I want.
No, I know. But you'd have to probably lacquer that then, that's copper, wouldn't you? To keep the shine there or something.
Maybe I'm gonna have to look into that. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like once it's polished, as soon as you touch it, the acid on your hands is just sort of like on it. So
exactly.
that's some lacquer.
You need to like clean it and
then lacquer it.
And then lacquer it. Yeah. Gonna have to look into that. And I really don't know how I'm going to be getting the letters stuck to the plaque, because I'm gonna have to find out. I mean, hot gluing them on is not gonna hold them on for long. If they have the thing hanging and someone shuts the door too hard and the letters fall down.
I don't know.
What happened? Gil Skills fell from the wall.
Hot glue, that might be all right.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look into how to get that on there.
Well, especially if the backing, both surfaces have been just scratched up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be all right.
Yeah. Well, it's a learning process for me, Gil Skills, so I'm enjoying the hell out of it. The fact that it took 7 attempts to pour the G was kind of annoying, but now that I got the whole channeling, gating, and vents stuff figured, I mean, it's a difficult shape with the spiraling. The S was one go and it worked. And aluminium is quite difficult to cast with because it's so light. It tends to stay in a blob and not spread out much. Well, yeah. There's going to be an awesome video, though. I'm currently working on my new upload for later today, but need to put in description, tags, stuff like that.
I might put a video up if I get round to it this week.
You put up content?
Yeah, sometimes, once in a blue moon.
You have a channel?
Okay.
Mm,
Blue Moon, that's when the Smurfs come out, right?
yeah, yeah. Sometimes, I think, YouTube need us more than we need them, because they want us to put content out there, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to play the cards the other way. They need me more than I need them.
Made me sleepy, love y'all. What? Ralph made me sleepy? Oh, because I was talking too much again. Yeah, I have that effect on women. On most people, even.
Actually, I'm just going to get a pillow and just have a minute.
Oh, well. And there goes JJ again.
He's off again.
Really need to get dressed too, because dinner at mom's tonight.
Oh, lovely. What you got?
Well, dinner, I don't know. That's a surprise. I think
Oh,
she got some kind of fish. It's usually fish. Love it. I'm a big fish eater. Love just about everything from the sea. Not that big a fan of mussels, but seaweed, not so much. Most fish, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you're sick. Get some chicken soup. That seems to help when sick.
She's just sick in the head, Ralph. That's all.
Well, those are the most interesting people usually. Normal people are boring.
Yeah, Mama Q qualifies for that then.
Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain.
Yeah, I've got that somewhere around here.
In World of Warcraft, it's possible to get certain titles. When you're walking by, you see the name of your character from another player. You see that run by, but you can get titles like general or private, like military terms. But you also have, if you collect a lot of pets that are cats, you get the crazy cat lady or the crazy cat man, depending on your gender. But there was a title that took me about half a year of playing, grinding, what it's called. That was called the Insane. So I'm everywhere I go, I am Rodolphus the Insane. So someone sees me running by, it's like, oh, it's one of those people who has no life. So I grabbed that title almost 8 years ago, finally, and I've been using that ever since.
Did you watch that film Quadrophenia yet, Ralph?
No, not yet.
Oh, I didn't think you had.
I haven't had the time.
No, it's quite a long film, so you'd have to be in the right frame of mind and everything to sit
Yeah,
there.
and have some time.
Yeah,
Peaceful world. Wow. Yeah, you can make sentences out of all those words that you put in every comment. Well, maybe not really. It's all the same.
we're wonderful
Human beings.
I love
Whoa.
humans.
What gives you the idea that I'm a human being?
Yeah.
Would explain a lot if I'm not, actually.
Slug's got 2 heads.
Yeah, and I've got 2 heads. Oh dear.
Well, you never see my bottom part, or rarely. But so you. All right. Hope you feel better, Gil. See you at. I think that's 6 for me. I probably won't be online. I'll check the lunchtime shenanigans afterwards.
You'll have some water.
It needs to be in a dark room with no lights. For my brain.
The BFG called us human beings. BFG, that's a weapon in the Doom series. It's called Big Fracking Gun. Basically, you would shoot that thing into an area full of enemies, and then quickly walk out of the area, run around the corner, wait for the loud bang, and then run back into the room and admire the nice red paint job.
It's a nice cold drink, please, Dusty. Okay, that is still on. I'm drinking water too, Snobby. I mean, generally the first times when you're getting a headache is because you're a bit dehydrated.
Yeah, but my
And
brain.
you know, when I know they're different. All right. But when you take a tablet, you always have like half a glass of water with it, don't you? Well, most people do. I don't. But yeah, and sometimes just the water alone can help.
Yeah, and something you rarely notice that you are dehydrated or that you are thirsty. Usually, you take a sip and then I'm okay. But that might not be enough. It's very when you're hungry, it's easy because when your stomach is empty and you feel hungry. But when you're thirsty, that's something that's it's less noticeable for many people. And I remember having eye migraines. That was really weird, and everything turned all weird, and I got like tunnel vision, and I could see clear in the middle somewhere, but everything around was all blurry and it's weird. And I had that a couple of times in my life, but always like once or twice a year. It's very rare. I have no idea where it came from. Maybe also dehydration.
Well, it could be a whole manner of things, Ralph. It could
Yeah.
be a nerve gas agent in the air. It could be something from the jet planes, the streams, what they call
No, usually I was inside, so
chemtrails.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's still get indoors, wouldn't it?
yeah, lack of sunlight maybe. Get away! Get away! It's so bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at the monitor cross-eyed. Yeah, it could be too many screen hours. That might be my thing, and especially since I'm now having 3 screens, then 1 hour is 3 hours basically.
Yes.
Where the
I
hell
mean,
is this?
years ago, the TVs were made up of a series of little dots, weren't they? Coloured dots.
Well, they still are.
Oh, what, even today?
Yeah, a monitor that's what's called the resolution. It's that many dots by that many dots. That's what the 1080p stands for. P doesn't stand for pixels, but 1080 dots in the height. 1080 dots high. Yeah.
Pixels, maybe.
Pixels, yeah, dots or pixels, yeah. But the
I'm
P
running-
doesn't
I'm-
stand for pixels. It stands for
Right.
progressive. There's also 1080i, which is still basically 1080, but it has to do with upscaling. It's basically if you see a screen, you don't see them anymore. But if you would see a screen saying 1080i, or you have the chance to buy something that says 1080p, go for the 1080p, better quality.
I remember as a kid looking up close to an old TV screen, you could actually see the dots, but there was only so many colours of dots. They weren't like all the colours you'd see.
Oh, in an old tube TV, yeah, you
Yeah.
have green, red, and blue, and
Yeah,
when they
that's it.
coalesce, then it turns into white, and like the red lit up a bit more makes it more reddish and brownish, and if the red and the green are both lit, you get more, stuff like that. It's combinations.
Yeah. Happy anniversary, MD.
Oh, hello, MD. Anniversary?
Yeah, it's his anniversary this weekend, I believe.
What kind of anniversary?
I think it might be his first year. I'm sure it might be his first. I'm sure he'll let us
But
know.
first year, what, on YouTube?
No, wedding.
Oh,
I think
I
I've got
had
that
my
right.
I had my first year on YouTube the 10th of October. Yeah, that's since my first upload at least. Oh God, WTF Mike is in here. Hello, Mike. Scrap it, Ralph.
WTF.
Nice change. Yeah. Well, I didn't change the name because in the chat it's still this.
Got Gemma as well.
Oh, hello, Gemma. Yes, still in my robe. What am I looking for? All right. Let's see.
Jojo.
I don't know, he might be washing his hair.
Oh, it's cold, isn't it, bro?
Gemma. You got to be careful, Gemma. I'm a married man.
Yeah.
He can't be far away, can he?
First year of the old ball and chain. Right.
It's the first year.
Yeah. Well, if you survive the first year, they say.
He's back. He's back now, WTF, Mike.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
JJ.
Thank you. I'm here.
Gemma, don't worry.
Good morning, Gemma.
You've got Wi-Fi on your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I do miss Messel not being on the panel, that's for sure.
Yeah, where is he at?
He will be back tonight. Stream. He'll do his stream tonight. He's working.
Okay. Oh yeah, right. He said he was working. Yeah. I'm hearing some type of static.
Yeah, well, it becomes the point, MD, whether
It's
you
not
have
me.
to follow or not. And make it official.
We've done it after 9 years.
Yeah, it was. Dusty was just saying it was 9 years before we got married, and we've been married nearly 20 now.
Yeah,
21. No, 21.
I
it
know.
is. Yeah.
21 years?
Yeah.
I thought you said 20.
Yeah, well, I did, but I got corrected.
It's 21?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, dang it. Now I need to change stuff. And bye-bye, JJ.
You should always ask the lady how long they've been married.
Yeah, apparently we should always ask a lady how long they've been married.
Yeah, women remember everything.
Men like to make it years shorter.
There's a very interesting video about the male brain versus the female brain. can look that up. That's it's very interesting, and it makes a lot of sense.
But that makes no sense to me, Ralph, right?
No, it will make sense to you, even to you. Maybe even clear up some ideas about how that works. It's not technical at all. It's just all layman's terms, and yeah.
Holocaust Andy, hello.
Oh,
Is this a
hey
friend?
Andy. Yeah, he's a cool guy. Don't bother with his name or his avatar. That's just
What?
trollish. But yeah,
That's great, isn't it?
yeah, it's just the comedy behind it. I've been on a panel with him at some point. That was the very first time he actually showed himself on YouTube, and he seems like a cool guy. He gets blocked in many places, thinking that he's a troll, but actually he's not. He's kind of cool.
Yeah.
From what I've gathered so far, at least. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just strange, isn't it, when you see that sort of avatar, the name, and then you look, there's only 40 subs there. Well, it'd be 41 now.
Well, he has no content, so yeah.
Yeah. But if he's a supporter of channels, Ralph, that's what it's
He
about.
is,
isn't it?
yeah.
Especially if I was to sort of dream of going live, I'd know who it is, wouldn't I?
Yeah. And it's always nice to see you too, Gemma. So yeah. It's 3 o'clock over here. That would make it what, 9 in the US? Well, at least some parts, because time zones and stuff. Tags. Oh.
You must have a joke for us, Mike, already. Come on. You must have something there.
Yeah, in the UK it's 2 p.m. It's 3 p.m. over here. On the East Coast. Yeah, there it's 9. So yeah, this would be a good time to upload my video. Hopefully that many people will see. It's not that interesting though. This is me changing the lights in the garage. But from now on, better lit projects. Yay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that was actually quite annoying. You would be surprised how I lit my little workbench if you see that in the video.
Yeah, there's a good WTF, Mike. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I've learned that when you're impatient and putting stuff in either the oven or the microwave, and you set the thing like, oh, this only has to be in there for like for like a couple of minutes. I'll just tick, and then it's set to like 12 minutes or maybe even longer, like 99.99 or something. Just go back 1 and it goes to all 9s, and just set it and go back to playing your video game. And then all of a sudden you're like, where's this smoke coming from? Oh crap!
It's cooked.
Yeah. I think Nerd of the Dwarf was telling this story yesterday, I think, where actually half the kitchen caught on fire when he was a kid. I had the same thing happen, just not on fire, but at some point, oh crap! So yeah, I had to quickly turn that off. I mean, nowadays when I set the microwave for something, I actually set it for the amount of minutes that it needs. Just take that slight extra time of setting it and not to burn down the house.
Oh, there's a big yawn. Managed to find a set of these glasses a while ago, Ralph.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
These
The
are-
McDonald's used to give those out over here.
These are the Coca-Cola
Yeah.
Olympic 2012 ones.
Oh. Yeah, oh, that was in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've done them in slightly different colours as well.
Yeah.
London,
Yeah, some
2012,
years
that's it.
ago, McDonald's gave those away if you got like a Happy Meal and got the big fries, big Coke, and yeah, if you got the
Yeah.
biggest Happy Meal.
Very, very thin glass, they are, so you have to be really careful with them.
We've got a Pepsi one as well.
They're so thin.
Yeah.
Evie Bubbles, be very careful putting that in the microwave.
The easiest time to add insult to injury is when you're signing somebody's cast. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You're a bastard! I slept with your girlfriend.
Thanks,
Try
Mike.
to catch me now.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks
Especially
for
if it's a
coming back.
leg. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have many of those left either. I tried to get all the colors they had at McDonald's. I went to McDonald's every couple of days to get a Happy Meal just so I could get those glasses. I think I had like 3 or 4 of each color, but I think I have now I have like 3 or 4 left in total. So yeah.
Well, we just got it by chance one day, really. We went into like a second-hand store, thrift shop, and there was about a dozen of them, all for £1 each. But on this particular day while we went in there, everything in there was half price. So there was like 50 pence a glass. So we just snapped them. You
No,
know.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, they were worth 50p a glass.
Yeah, we
I like
did-
thrift stores, especially for old stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And bye bye JJ.
Did we?
Oh, Nikki's awake. Hide!
Hello, Nicky.
Right.
He's got all the old Smurf glasses from McDonald's. How long ago was that, Mike?
And Flintstones.
What, the whole sets? Yeah. You like that, Nicky dear? Pumpkin pies. Happy anniversary, MD. Late or early 90s. Wow. Either way, they're 20 years plus old. Oh, late 80s, early 90s. They could be closer to 30 years old then.
Wow, Flintstones even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there might be worth some stuff. Might be worth something. Check out eBay. There's bound to be some collectors of stuff like that. It's like that old vintage Coca-Cola bottle that I used for that opener that I made. That WTF Mike doesn't want anything to hear about. So I promised I wouldn't mention that in his presence.
What was that? Your bottle opener?
The bottle opener, yeah, that I made, the big golden brass one.
And is that Mike? E-Waste Mike?
No, WTF Mike.
Oh, right.
When I first made the thing, I was showing it off everywhere, and I ended up on panel a couple of consecutive days where WTF Mike was also on the panel, or at least in the chat. And I was showing the thing off and telling the story, and he heard it like 5 times. So he got kind of bored with it.
And that's the one you made out of brass and a spanner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, it was a cool project. I maybe need to re-edit the video to make it shorter because 50 minutes, come on.
50.
Well, 50-minute video. It was like 5 hours of footage that I had because it was most parts of the project were so new to me because I just started the whole metal casting thing just before that. So yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it matters too much, Ralph. You know, if it's over an hour, you know, then it might be. But don't forget, I think sometimes I don't really worry about people that are actually on live streams watching videos, for one. You know, you're making that video for the whole platform of YouTube, not just for people that ain't got the time for it.
Yeah,
true. You know, I mean, my longest video was 54 minutes, and it's not far from having 800 views. It's the biggest views I've ever had, and it's the longest video. So
yeah, that's the one on the flea market, right? Or,
yeah,
well, yeah.
You know, so if people are going to watch that, they're going to watch it. You know, and once they get into the flight, they'll either switch it off and go, "Oh, this ain't for me," or they'll watch the whole thing.
Yeah, true. And videos like that, it's like the street scrapping. I really like E-Waste Ben, the Australian guy, and sometimes he has 2-hour videos, or he used to have, of him street scrapping, and then like the second part was him scrapping out the stuff that he found. So yeah, that took quite some time. But I used to just sit there and watch and basically have popcorn while watching it. For me, it was like watching a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like any soap or sitcom we watch on the TV, right? You get into it, right? You start watching it, and if you start to lose track of it, or the program finishes, like the set of 6 series, then you go on to something else. And I think that's pretty similar with how this works. If you regularly put one out every other day or every 3 days, they know that one's coming up in 3 days' time. You know, but if you leave it 6 days, then they can start drifting off somewhere else to watch something else. You know, and it's very, very difficult to, I think, actually pinpoint what people are going to do anyway.
Yeah.
But did that bottle opener actually weigh 5 pounds?
Yeah, and the thing wasn't even filled completely because I had poured ingots prior because that was a failed pour, and I actually forgot to put the good ingot back in the pot for having more brass. So it has one flat end. But if the whole thing would have been full, it would have probably been like 7 pounds.
Wow.
So yeah, it's 2.5, close to 2.5 kilograms.
Did you like look in the Guinness Book of Records what the heaviest bottle opener was or anything?
No.
Well,
I'm gonna try to make a few out of aluminium at some point because those spanners are really cheap. So is aluminium, for that matter.
All right, Mike. Take care.
I know Mo Homesteading would really like one of those bottle openers because she's a big Coca-Cola fan. She collects all kinds of stuff. Welcome back, JJ.
Well, once I can tell you a story about a Coca-Cola can, Ralph, that I found. Oh, best part of, bloody hell. I would say it's over 30 years ago. Yeah, it's over 30 years ago. I was working at ICI factory. It's where they make paints and stuff like that. And we were sort of like doing some upgrade of air conditioning when I was like pipe fitter's mate. So it might be more than 30 years ago, actually. probably about 33, 34, something like. Anyway, I was up
Long
in
time
the,
ago.
Yeah, I was up in the ceiling. It was had the ceiling tiles, yeah, that you could remove, and I was up there, and I see this old Coca-Cola can. So, I grabbed hold of it, and it was like a metal one. It wasn't an aluminium; it was metal, and it had that big seam down the side of it. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I brought it home, and at the time, when my brother was around, he used to have a little collection of Coca-Cola stuff, like belt buckles, and he had all manners of Coca-Cola stuff. So I just said, well, look, you can't have this, but put it to your collection, and it'll make your collection more, with a can there being a really, really old one.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think what happened one time, they might have just got into a little financial trouble because they was buying their house. So I don't know what the reason was anyway, but they fucking sold it on eBay for £70 to someone in Germany.
£70 for that one can.
For that one can, and they
Well,
never
that's a good deal, I guess.
They never even asked me if they could sell it. And
Yeah, would you like it back? Yeah.
And they never even gave me any of the money.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit disappointed, to say the least.
It had diamonds, didn't it? It was a diamond.
Yeah. Years ago, they used to have a bit of a diamond feature.
Diamond shape. Oh, really? I'm going to look this up. This sounds interesting.
Yeah. It was before they started to put the ring pulls on them.
The pull tabs. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even remember whether it had pull tabs or you had to make the holes in it yourself. You had to use like a little bottle can opener thing. Yeah, it did hurt me a little bit actually, because it's such an old Coca-Cola can, and they just got rid of it like that without even asking me. I know it's only a tin can, I know that, but I didn't say they could sell it. I just said put it to your collection. It belongs to me, but it weren't my brother. It was his wife.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Leave it up to the women to, yeah.
No, she weren't a woman. She was an alien.
Oh, she wasn't even an alien. She was worse than an alien. But that's sister-in-laws for you.
Yep.
I think there was more to it though. I think she was just trying to drive a wedge between me and my brother back then anyway, when they got married.
Was it something like this?
Yeah, that's it. That one there, Ralph. That one there with the diamonds on the front.
The big diamond.
No, the little diamonds.
That one.
Red diamond. Yeah, that's the one.
All right. Yeah, that's indeed an old can.
It was. Yeah, I know.
That looks cool.
Well, I reckon it was put up there when the building was initially made many years ago.
Yeah, and someone forgot about it.
Yes. Yeah.
Was it an empty can?
Yeah, it was empty. Yeah.
Oh, it would have been even more awesome if it was still completely closed. You probably couldn't drink the cola, but yeah.
Yeah. Because I've seen, and you might have seen as well, there are people that absolutely go crazy for cans, like soda cans, and they've got their instead of having wallpaper, they've just got cans from like floors.
Yeah, a friend of mine had that. The whole wall, all just Coca-Cola cans, and all aligned the same way.
Yeah. So there's always someone out there that's got an eye for something, isn't there?
Yeah.
Hello, Tanya.
Oh,
How are you? All right, Tanya.
Oh, there she is. I was just talking about her.
Tanya. All right, I got that. Oh, so you get Fabulous Dusty, and I'll just get High Snobby.
Here, check this out. I've never seen this before. I'm not sure if this actually exists. This has all angles and stuff, and might be just a computer-generated image, but it looks quite cool for a can.
Yeah, it could be just the graphics, Ralph, couldn't it?
Yeah, but it does look interesting as a concept. Probably not that handy to drink from, but it's a cool novelty item if that would exist. Tanya might like stuff like this because she's into the Coca-Cola stuff. There we go. This video is never getting uploaded like this. There we go. Oh, this is a real old one. This is actually the bottle that I was looking for when I was making that bottle opener.
Wow.
With the very elaborate markings on it. The one that I got has slightly less exaggerated letters in it, but it did come out pretty cool. But the bottle was actually shaped to the body of a woman. I'm not really sure what kind of woman this would be, but yeah, that's what at least that's said in the early days. And the models nowadays are completely smooth, so yeah, boring.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No. The ribs are just gone in.
Right, enough of that. Back to this stuff. Got the title, got the description, got the thumbnail, got the tags. Set the private so I can add an end screen. Go. End screen.
So obviously Jay's still around. Is he able to let anybody up from the basement if they came up into the basement from where he is now?
We can't do anything because
No,
JJ is the boss. But if JJ stays in the basement, like does not come up, maybe that's less demanding of his computer and he won't get disconnected. He will still be able to put people up and take people down and change things and whatnot.
Hello, I'd like
Oh,
Jeanette.
hello, Jeanette. Hello, Kilroy. I'm not calling him Hardlife because his name is Kilroy. Hardlife doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it does. He's still hard life.
Yeah.
He'll always be hard life to me.
I wanted to make a video of the sticker I got from him and promote his channel, but
Well, I did, Ralph, and I've had over 300 views on it, I think.
well, yeah, you get like the amount of views that you have, the same amount that you have subscribers. I got all those Let's Go, Let's Grow subscribers. I get less than 100 views on stuff. But then again, apparently I'm not that well known yet, and metal casting is also not that well known.
I don't know, Ralph. I think it's just a case of it's very hard to put a finger on it, really. I mean, look, you've only got to look at a particular person, Scrap and Pallet Man, over 80,000 subscribers now.
Oh, he's over 80 now. Wow, he's growing like crazy. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Ralph. He must get like 1,000 a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, just some people out there are just doing it the right way, I suppose, you know.
Yeah.
And we've all got that opportunity to do it the right way. It's there.
Yeah, well, like I keep saying, I don't really
Want to.
care that much.
Yeah.
But seeing progression is good. My progression is quite okay, so I'm happy. I have no intentions of becoming rich and famous on YouTube, which is probably not going to happen anyway. So yeah.
Well, every little helps, don't it? Whatever it is.
Yeah. It's just in the beginning, the YouTubing was just an extension of my hobby, and now the YouTubing has become a hobby by itself. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, it's about enjoying it and all, though, Ralph, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, people keep saying, why don't you do your own live streams? You're on panel so much. If you use that time to do your own live streams, you'd be monetized by now. Well, that's not what I'm going for. And
Yeah.
that's not what my channel is about. If I did my own live streams and hangouts, I would probably just throw them away when they're done, because that's unless something really interesting came up, but usually not. Yeah,
Yeah.
JJ's dropping off, Jeanette. He's having some problems. And I really like hanging with people and talking, so why
Yeah.
not hang on the panels?
That's right. Yeah.
Pum, 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 pum.
Even though almost everyone in here was with me all night. Where were you, Mr. Snobby and Mr. Ralphie? Well, obviously we're sort of 5.5, 6 hours difference, or 5 hours, and that. And you know, I'm in the land of Zeds and sleeping.
Yeah, me too. I kind of crashed at about 2 a.m. over here, which would be 8 p.m. for you, I think. Yeah.
And I'm always early to sleep, early to rise. So I'm up between 5 and 6 every morning, regardless, summer or winter. Some may even be a little bit earlier. Depends on how the day's been. But what do you see of a night time? Not a lot. But you see loads when it's light. Although it's still dark when I get up at the moment.
Well, sometimes when I wake up, it's dark again. So I did switch everything around so a few weeks ago. I was basically living whenever it was dark out.
I didn't even know Nikki Pink had a channel. I'll have to go and check.
Yeah, I think her caps lock is broken. She needs a new keyboard because it keeps speaking in caps, and that might get you blocked on certain channels because they don't want constant caps.
It might be something to do with her nails. She can't do small letters.
Yeah. I also met someone, ran into someone in a channel somewhere who was speaking constantly in caps, and people kept saying, stop with the caps. And then she said, I can't read the other letters. Why? Are they too small? No, I just can't read them. I don't get the shapes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because if you look at the A or a capital A, they're completely different.
No, of course they are. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking someone with either a severe form of dyslexia or someone that just didn't have any education up until a certain point. Welcome back, JJ.
I'm trying here.
Yeah, I know. There we go. Save this. Back to Studio Beta.
Is he froze again, or can he talk?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Picture is stationary, but picture is frozen. We can hear. Great. Now videos. There we go. Set to. And there we go.
Yeah, I can see what Nikki's saying. There is a method to her madness, like, yeah, because it stands out, it gets read probably a little bit easier than the smaller writing. And if that's her method, I can understand that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's easier for me to read as well.
Yeah, we call them block letters over here, like
Yeah,
straight.
yeah. We just call them capital letters.
Yeah, there's a couple of different terms, but most people call it block letters over here.
Yeah.
So new video is up. Yay!
Well, that didn't take you long to edit that.
No, just doing that while doing this. The uploading was real quick though. It was it's a
Oh.
15-minute video, I think. Yeah. So that was uploaded in 2 minutes or so.
It takes me forever on this editing app Ralph installed on it.
Well,
Sorry,
the editing takes quite some time. Now, I didn't need to do much editing in this one. It was just separate clips that I just stuck together, then rewatched the whole thing twice and thought, well, this is actually quite okay. And then I said compile, and that was all.
Oh, that's an easy one then.
Yeah. There was hardly anything that I took out. I think I took out one segment, but it was all separately filmed bits, so it was just don't put that bit in and
Yeah.
slide everything together and save as, basically.
And for everyone in the chat, just to let you know, it's MD's anniversary, his first one this weekend.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary, MD.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. He's going to get that now till the end of the week.
There we go.
Morning, noon, and night.
I'm not really that satisfied about the thumbnail, but whatever. There we go. Give myself a like.
Already?
Yeah.
Why not?
I always do that. Give myself likes. It's just to manipulate the numbers.
Why
Well,
not?
I can like my own stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
I sometimes like yours as well.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. I don't care which way the thumb goes as long as the numbers go up.
Yeah, I just got notification of that. Upgrading workspace lights. Lights in.
Yeah.
Upgrading workspace lights bulbs to LED strips. Better video from there on. Oh, I hope so. So has that gone up to? I see that your sub number's gone up a little bit there as well, Ralph. Although you can't read it like you used to be able to. Is that 1,150 or 50?
Yeah, 1,153 I think I'm on now. Let me see. 1155 I'm at.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very similar to one of the LED strips that I've got in my shed.
Yeah, these were really cheap, only $15.
How much?
15 euros each.
Well, I paid a little bit more than for the single one. I've got a double one and a single. And the single was nearly 50 quid. I'm
Wow.
sure it was.
Well, the funny thing is these are only 25 watts and they give off 2200 lumens each. And basically the bulbs we had there were 5 60-watt bulbs, which gave off crap lighting, and it was 300 watt, and now the whole thing is lit with 75.
Yeah, a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot more economical and all.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Did you leave the ones on the wall there?
What?
Did you leave the ones on the wall still there on the wall?
No, I took those out. And there's what?
You've taken the ones off the wall as well.
Yeah, I didn't take them actually off the wall. I just reconnected the wires from the LED strips into there and just took out the bulb. So yeah, I just used one of those little blocks. What are they? One of these.
Connection block. Yeah.
These connection blocks. Yeah. Oh yeah, that I was amazed at the amount of light.
Yeah, where is this at your mum's place?
Yeah.
So what's this, a garage or just a?
It's the garage and the shed next to it.
Right.
It's not really a big place, but it'll work. It's better than what I have here, which is nothing.
So what's above that area? The bedroom or something?
Nope, that's just the shed. It's in the back of the garden.
Oh, that's just the roof.
That's just the roof, yeah. It's a simple, what we call it, just a row of houses. It's like you got the row of houses where everyone lives, and then there's the garden, and behind that is the garage and the shed, and behind that is like the back alley, basically. And there's a bit of piece of forest behind that where I used to do all my martial arts stuff and shuriken throwing and axe throwing and knife throwing and shooting crossbows and basically pissing off everybody because I was setting a bad example to kids. Because I was doing all the cool stuff, which is basically was not allowed. Had the police over there so many times, but I was always gone whenever they arrived. Because you can only come in from one way, and when you just run the other way, they can't follow.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a block paved base in a shed before. It's normally just like flat concrete.
Yeah, I wish they did that here because it's so annoying to set like molds and stuff. It's not, you know, I have a small water level that I use whenever I'm casting ingots so that they come out nice and straight instead of all lopsided.
Right, so
especially with casting, you have to have a flat surface for the metal to flow correctly.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So
Yeah.
was that an add-on? Was the garage an add-on, or was the garage built with the house?
It was built with a house, yeah.
That's
It's
really strange.
built in the 70s, early 70s, I think.
It's very strange to have a block paved garage floor.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some people have upgraded it to concrete themselves, but this is the original floor that was in there when it was built.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they may well have put like quite a thick membrane down underneath that. You know,
I don't know. I don't know.
damp coming up for a start. Being inside, being internal, like, you know, they must have put a membrane under it, surely.
I don't know. I've never.
Have you never lifted a block up before?
No, I was thinking of looking into getting the whole lot paved because my mom was thinking of selling me the house when she was old and well, she is 70 now, but she said in like 5 to 10 years maybe I might be able to sell you the house and you can go ahead and change whatever. I thought maybe change that into like a big, nice, level, smooth concrete floor.
Yeah, it wouldn't take a great deal, would it?
I don't know. Just take out the blocks, get the concrete in there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, them blocks are sort of like, what are they, 70 mil thick?
No, they're just your average street bricks. I think they're, I don't know.
Yeah, they're about 70 mil thick, I reckon. 70, 80 mil thick. So, you know, most of your sub-base concrete floors are about 100 mil thick, 4 inches. So even if you had to scrape another couple of inches out, which would probably be a bit of sand, no doubt, you'd have the perfect base ready to go.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and then just fill it up with a load of concrete, tamper it out, and you'd have a nice solid floor. But you might have to put some expansion things in, you know, if it's quite a large area. Which that stuff.
Codfish, that's me there. Just click the 3 dots. You know what to do. Murik. This is funny how people keep spelling and pronouncing my last name. I don't mind though. All is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am thinking about or looking into getting that fixed and replaced. I mean, the garden is the same. It's just all bricks. You can see that in multiple videos.
I mean, it's not a great area, that floor, really, Ralph, is it?
No, it's so annoying. Some bricks are like almost centimeter higher than the one next to them. And
Wow.
I got a big rubber mallet, and I've been whacking at some of them to get them lower, to trying to even it out a bit. Kind of worked, but yeah.
Yeah, it's never flat lie.
Welcome back, JJ.
Hello. I don't know how long it'll stay, but
I don't know. Your screen is frozen, so I'm giving it a minute or two. Oh, now there's movement.
Waving at himself. He is mad.
What?
Waving at himself.
Oh yeah, in the reflection. Yeah.
Oh, I do watch a full video, Ralph.
Yeah. I figured you were watching.
You must know that by now.
Yeah. I watch your videos fully too. Whenever I click on someone's video, I'll watch the whole video about 98% of the time.
Yeah, I do.
Unless it's like a really long video, and there's the bigger channels sometimes do this. This video is sponsored by, and I like to give, and then I go skip. Ah, there the ad talk is over, and then just skip that part. Because most of the channels I follow are based in the US, and they're advertising stuff that is sold in the US, so it doesn't really apply to me. Unless it's like online services or whatever.
Yeah, see them wall lights, they don't really give out a great brightness of light, do they? They're a little light the area up a bit, innit?
Yeah. It was very gloomy in there.
Yeah.
And my mom is starting to get night blindness. So as soon as it gets dark or gloomy, she has a lot of trouble seeing. And when she saw the lights there, she was like, "Oh my God, I can see all the cobwebs and all the dust. Go clean that out."
Yeah, I can actually see the cement between the brickwork, and I can tell you now, that is hard stuff.
Yeah.
That is proper hard, sharp sand, that is. But a fine sharp sand. That's not sand and cement. That's sharp sand and cement.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah. And the colour of it, I can tell that's pretty hard gear, that is.
Yeah, they use good stuff over here. There's all kinds of regulations for cement. If a building is that big, that tall, and used for this or that purpose, there's all kinds of regulations on what type of bricks and cement and insulation and all kinds of stuff that is used.
Yeah. This house that we're in now, this was built like best part of 90 years ago.
Wow.
And, yeah, they obviously used a lot of face bricks for the face of the house, and they used a load of crap behind it to create the cavity.
Mm-hmm.
And what they then used to do, they used to use a very, very crap mix to hold the bricks together, and then point the bricks up afterwards with a much harder, stronger mix to weatherproof it all. And over the years, a lot of the houses, it's all sort of blown out now, so it all needs repointing. You know, which is a trade and art in itself to repoint all the brickwork.
Here's a thought, by the way. There's now 12 people watching, and there's only 2 likes. Smash that like for JJ, please, people.
Yeah, let's see some thumbs up, guys.
Yeah.
All right, there's 19 likes.
Oh, Dusty's saying there's 19 likes, Ralph.
Really? I'm seeing only 2. Wait, I'll refresh this page.
Oh, I can't. I'm watching Ralph's video.
Oh yeah, now it says 19. Never mind. Yeah, it's weird. Usually it does keep track, but well, the likes have been weird the last few days.
Yeah, I hope you tied up all your messes as well you make there, Ralph.
Oh yeah.
You didn't leave it to your mum.
Oh, there's one light fitted. Yeah, look how much whiter it is in there now.
Yeah.
It's even changed the colour of the bricks now.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference at the end. And when in the beginning I have one light on, and that's a hell of a lot of difference already. And when both of the tubes are on, that it's so much better. I'm hardly casting any shadow when working now.
Oh, look at his little cupboard. Look. Oh, his little cupboard with his little furnace in there.
Yeah. It's just a lot of stuff needs to be sorted out because there's so much crap in there that used to be my dad's or old stuff from mom's. I think at least 25% of everything that's in there can be thrown away or maybe even melted. I don't know. I'm not sure. I got a lot of boxes in the back with all kinds of stuff. Been collecting way too much.
Yeah, that's what we do.
It's amazing how much crap a person can collect in their lifetime.
Oh, crikey, yeah. Was it going in and out of focus a little bit there?
It can, yeah, because of the lighting.
Yeah. Is that a picture of you on the shelf?
Picture of me?
It looks like a tin of cigarettes or something. Was it a tin of cigarettes?
Oh, that was a box I used for little parts. I think I used to have brass parts in there. I threw it out because it broke. It's a cardboard cigarette or what's that stuff called? The tobacco.
Uh-huh.
I think, and it had a picture of a baby on there or something like smoking is bad for your kids, and one of those warning labels they put on these days. I found that tin in the trash somewhere. Whenever I find anything that I might be able to use, I take it. Yeah.
You're like a magpie. See, now that 15 minutes went really quick.
Yeah.
Went really quick.
It was amazing that it was so easy to hang those things and to hook them up. Just 2 little screws and the little plastic bits you screw to the wooden beams, and then you just click the thing on, click,
Yep.
and it's on.
Yeah, exactly the same as mine.
Yeah.
Although the double one that I've got at the end of the shed, where the wider bench is, the deeper bench, I've had to put I couldn't just screw it up underneath the beam. I've screwed it to the edge of it so it beams down onto the bench rather than beaming down.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that's the double one, and that's really bright when I'm up there. But that's where I spend most of the time. See.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't been spending no time down there really. I've still got loads and loads to do. Just ain't been interested in doing it lately.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, that's the next lot of letters. The guys just got back to me. That's the next lot of letters been ordered.
Oh.
This guy, obviously, I've never met him before. He's been as good as gold. He really has. He really has. I don't know how long this will carry on for. But so far, it's been great. And what I've been doing is giving them a pound tip. I've been giving them a pound tip to just pay for the stamp letters. Because I'll probably have these in the morning, no doubt. He's just got back to me, and now I messaged him on Tuesday asking him.
I need to check my mail for stuff. Good thing that you mentioned this.
Telling him what I want, and today he's messaged me saying, yeah, no problem, same price as last time. And I'll probably have them in the morning.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I'm just going to mute myself a minute while I phone my daughter.
All right. While you do that, I can share a bit of news. I was in contact, or am in contact with a couple of other people who do metal castings on the YouTubes, and basically I learned from them. One was making a special tool for making the sand molds called the sand rammer. It's basically just a block on one side and a point on the other side, which you can use either way just to pack the sand into your frame. I used basically a hammer, so it doesn't really work that well, but it does the job. And he was making one, but he used a 3D printed pattern for it. And I kind of put a comment in there saying, hey, I don't have a 3D printer. I'm probably going to make it out of wood. And got a comment back from one person saying, yeah, wood works. That's what they used before 3D printers. And then another guy who I also was following said, I still have the pattern I used for mine. I'll send it to you. Send me an email with your address info. So I did that a couple of days ago. So I'm now expecting a package of a nicely 3D printed mold I can use to make my own sand rammer.
Oh, brilliant.
So, yeah, that will be another video. I'll probably do a mail call for it and turn that into a shout out. And when I'm actually making the tool itself, then I'll be videoing that as well. So
Yeah, I mean, I can only ever remember doing that at school, Ralph, all that sand casting and that.
you did that at school. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, we've done that at school. I made what we call a G clamp. Obviously, some called it the C clamp, but it was a G clamp. We had to put the thread in it once it was all done and do the butterfly thing, do the thingy and all that. Yeah, I've done all that.
I'll show this again for the people who are in there now. Does anyone recognize this?
No, haven't a clue. Tell me who it is.
Let's see if people in the chat recognize this. The G is aluminium and the S is brass. I'm trying to move it to change the reflection on the letters, but that doesn't work with a picture, of course.
You should have got them to type in 1 if they know what it is, or 2 if they don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's a good one. Do that.
So tired.
I don't think anyone no number. Happy anniversary, MD.
Yeah, it's a cool project.
Yeah, it's a long project as well, Ralph, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the fact that it took 7 tries to actually cast the G with the aluminium, yeah. But I don't mind. Good things take time, I guess.
Yeah.
I wanted to have it done before his birthday, but that didn't work out because I started way too late.
I do think, though, if you just use cast aluminium, that will flow so much easier.
Probably, but I don't have much of it. That's
it
the
won't have
problem.
the quality. It won't have the quality of the extruded, and you'll find that probably cast aluminium will melt at such a lower temperature.
No, the temperature should be about the same. Otherwise, it's something mixed in there.
Yeah, no, it won't be, Ralph. It's the extruded that can take a little bit more than the 600 sometimes when it's a real hard, depending on what the extruded is being used for. Right now, just the average window frame or something like that, that's not going to be, that might be like your mid 650s and stuff like that. But anything that's a harder extruded, that might take a little bit more to melt.
Yeah.
Especially if it's the thicker stuff, Ralph. But
yeah, because I have a heatsink here, which does look like extruded, but I think this is actually cast because it feels a lot heavier and
oh, I don't know. That might be extruded, Ralph. It looks too shiny. Yeah, it looks too shiny.
Well, this is a lot less shiny than most of the extruded that I have here.
Right. Well,
and it feels a lot heavier in comparison. Now, of course, because it's a bigger block. This is nice and almost white, and this is more grayish.
Off color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm not really sure.
You know, they changed the mixes, Ralph, to suit the projects they got to melt for, didn't they?
Yeah, usually.
You know, they had a little bit more of this or a little less of that, and you know. But yeah, you just test that out for me and let me know. Just cast aluminium, whether that melts that slightly a bit quicker.
Yeah, well, I got a few pieces which I keep separate, and when I melt my metal into ingots, I try to keep them as pure as possible so I can stack them accordingly. So I have usually a crucible for each type of metal so that I don't get any mixtures. So I try to, and when I'm doing that with aluminium, I try to keep like ingots made out of cans separate to the ones made out of extruded and the ones made out of cast. I didn't do much cast aluminium yet. That's because I don't have a lot of it. Same with coppers and bronzes and brasses. I try to keep the brass that has a slight magnetic tinge to it because you can kind of feel that. Keep that separate to the brass that is not magnetic at all, because they might add like 1, 2, or 3% iron to some brasses for certain purposes.
Yeah, see, years ago you wouldn't have got all that because we certainly wouldn't have had the technology to make the mixes up like they do today. And years ago, when you had yellow brass, you had 100% yellow brass.
Yeah.
Now it will look like yellow brass, but I bet the compound's slightly different, and it's not 100% true yellow brass, like even plumbers' fittings. You know, I'm sure that they tweak them. Like, just for instance, like our 1 penny piece and 2 penny piece back in the day, they were pure copper. Would never stick to a magnet at all. Nowadays, they've changed that compound and they've made it so that it is copper, but it will stick to the magnet.
Yeah, same here.
You know, so. You know, like went back in the day years ago when we used to have a huge 1 penny piece, that was just like pure copper. They change it, you know. And now they produce something that won't.
Yeah, well, the copper looking coins that the euro coins are made of. Wait, where is it? They stick to the magnet, and copper is not magnetic, so this shouldn't happen. And it's quite strong. So there's probably like 50% iron in here. Yeah, and
I don't know why they do that sort of thing, but they have done it.
Because iron is a lot cheaper, and people tend to think that when something is rare, like a rare earth metal, that it's better to make stuff out of the rare stuff because rarer is better, but actually it's not. Aluminium is the most common metal in the earth, second to iron, and just about everything is made out of aluminium and iron, not only because it is very plentiful, but because they are very good materials to make stuff from. I mean, if there would be something like, I don't know, adamantium or vibranium like in the Marvel, which is super rare and a super metal, that might make sense. But there's metals that are rare which are completely useless. Like bismuth, kind of. That's like the melting point is close to lead. It's as soft as lead. It isn't as poisonous as lead to most things, but it's not used for anything.
Yeah. I've got a little bit of lead down in the shed that I might melt down.
Lead is fun to melt. It's quite easy to do.
Yeah, I've got a pot so round, about that deep. It's just full up with all very, very small, solid pieces of lead. And I've got a length of lead pipe about 3 foot long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I might just make a little ingot out of that.
I got let's see, where is it? Is this the completed? No, I need to be at work in progress, random casting. Before I did the aluminium G, I did, let me see if I can get that on the screen here. Oh, wait, I don't need the sound here. There we go. Let's see. I don't know if you were there, but I tried to melt that blob of lead fishing weights using the heat gun. That was yesterday, I think, and that failed miserably because that didn't get hot enough. So I got myself a ladle and bent that a bit into the correct shape, and got a nice silicone mold of Lego men, and then proceeded to heat up this with my blowtorch, which is a lot better, of course. Let me zoom out a bit. So this is going to be a short video that I'll probably be releasing on a Wednesday or whatever, somewhere in between. Come on. This still needs to be edited though. So.
And did you clean any slag out of that?
Yeah, I did. The slag stays behind basically.
All right.
Welcome back, JJ.
Well, at least it's better than the.
Yeah, this works a lot better. Yeah, the heat gun was a disaster. That didn't really work. It does work for tin though. So yeah, just pour a couple of Lego men. And then tapping it to get the bubbles out. That kind of helps.
Well, back in the day, that's what they used to use for little lead shut soldiers and horses and.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Years ago.
There we go. Come on. Come out. Yeah, little lead Legos.
Are you going to paint them, Ralph, or just leave them like that?
No, it's just something I did because I had that blob of lead and I took that with me and I thought I'm going to turn that into a little ingot, and then I found the silicone mold. Yeah, that one doesn't want to stay. So he's a sleepy Lego man. So yeah,
he's drunk.
Yeah, he's drunk. That's basically it.
Or he's got lead poisoning.
I'll be turning this into like a 3 or 4 minute video that'll upload sometimes on a Wednesday, somewhere in between, probably. Just fun little thing. Yeah, and lead is very shiny, especially when just cast. Could you make your chest set? A chest set? Yeah, that would be cool. Like made out of like Lego figures and all kinds of other stuff. I've been thinking of getting like little figures, all kinds of stuff. And those silicone molds are actually pretty cheap. I think I paid like €1 or $1.50 for that mold, and I also have like bigger Lego men, like this size.
Right.
But I didn't have enough lead for that. But casting tin, lead, and even zinc in silicone molds works. So quite cool. And zinc is quite nice to work with because it's really heavy and strong. And when you take one of those lead Lego men and you drop it on the floor, it basically dents. And if you got one zinc, then basically you break the floor. Hello, Golden Retro and Movies. Tony, how are you?
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah. At some point, people might think, is this guy ever dressed?
No.
I'm kind of like Hugh Hefner.
Yes.
I need a shop vac. That's a shop vacuum or what? Someone commented. Oh, it's RAZ. I didn't know he was subscribed. See him everywhere though.
Yeah, always nice to see you, Tony. You're right there, Mr. K. But he did have a good life though, didn't he?
He is dead, Ralph. You're alive. What?
Hugh Hefner.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on, Ralph.
I said I am like Hugh Hefner. Well, except from all the women that are around me. Still need to work on that. Any takers?
Well, you have a very, very safe trip there, Monica. You know, don't worry about none of us, and you know.
Oh, you're going to Utah. Utah. For business or pleasure? Or both?
I'm surprised no one else. Is it no one else can come on panel or?
Nope. JJ is the boss.
No,
He
I
can
know that.
he can drop links and put people on. So basically, it's just the two of us for now.
Oh, so there's no
I'm
one.
better looking than Hugh Hefner. Yeah, thank you. Well, Hugh Hefner in his younger years, if you look him up when he was like in his 30s and 40s, he looked quite okay looking, I guess.
He was never a man that was overweight, was he?
No, I don't think so.
No, I think he was burning a lot of calories every day.
Yeah, he was, and not burning muffins in the oven.
Yeah.
Not really when you read some of the girls' stories.
Ah, no, have a good visit.
Well, that's all right, Mystic. You can always try. You don't have to show your face. You can hide behind your icon.
Unicorn. That's like unicorn, but different. Always reminds me of Transformers. There was the biggest Transformers of them all, Unicron, which got misspelled into unicorn a couple of times.
Yeah, so did you have the money who Hugh Hefner had there, Ralph?
The what?
Did you have the money Hugh had?
Working on it.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping that the women that are going to surround me are going to be the rich ones and that they can support me. Kind of like a reverse.
The ones chosen by Ali G, of course.
Yes,
Yes,
because we trust his opinion.
absolutely.
The man is a political genius.
I do miss that program. I sometimes watch it on YouTube. Yeah, haven't for a little while.
Oh, thank you, you couldn't see me. Well, you should look forward to the next video. I'll quickly go get the next video I upload will be on Friday, and that will be a casting of a small sword. I'm gonna go and show you. If you've seen the unboxing video of the Darksiders 3 Apocalypse Edition thing. Wait, where did I? Let me see. Oh, there was also a pendant somewhere. Well, never mind. This here is one of the statues that came out of this huge box. Let me turn on the light. Yep. If you're a fan of these video games, this is the character War from the first Darksiders video game that was in this box. There were 4 statues in there. I'm not casting the whole statue because that would be very difficult. Would be awesome though, but my experience in metal casting doesn't go that far. But the sword is detachable somehow. Let's not break his fingers. Oh, there we go. So when I saw this sword, I have made a mold of this and cast that and actually painted it in the similar color. So there's going to be an awesome video of this. Yeah, it is awesome. It's over there in my shelves of creations. So, but yeah, basically looks exactly the same as this, only made of metal. Yeah, thanks, Tony. I try. I enjoy doing this stuff because that's my hobby, and if I can entertain people while doing it, even better. Now to get this back in his hand. There you go. I started playing the third part of the Darksiders. I've played through the first one with this character like a madman, and the second one just about as much, and the third one I just started on. Awesome video games if you like the hack and slash adventure puzzle style games. And any fans of World of Warcraft or just Warcraft in general, the guy who voiced this character also voiced Illidan Stormrage in Warcraft. So Liam O'Brien, I think. Awesome voice actor.
See you, Victoria.
You are not prepared. Oh, back with this thing. I still need to find like a display case for stuff like this, because my display cases are full. Mm-hmm. Oh, Go Fish is in here. Show and tell.
He knows.
Yeah, she knows. I've been doing show and tell basically since I started hopping on panels.
No, honest.
Oh,
It
I have
would
a
be
few
the same
WoW
Ralph,
figures.
if you didn't.
Yeah, and a ton of trading cards. Yeah, I have a couple of trading cards. I got the Swift Spectral Tiger loot card in one box of trading cards. That thing goes on eBay for over $1,000, and I used it in game. Funny thing is, it only cost me €4 because that's how much a pack costs, and in that pack was the. It wasn't the actual Swift Spectral Tiger card. It was a gift box card called Lundro's Gift or something, and then you get a in-game box that you click on and it opens, and all kinds of crap can come out. And out came the Spectral Tiger. I was dancing in the room like a little girl. Yeah, I got a lot of pets too. It's been ages since I have actually played World of Warcraft. Really should get back into that. I think I had like over 400 mounts and over 1,500 companion pets. Just about all titles and achievements that were available. I'm so behind now, so I'm not that up to date with all that stuff anymore. Too bad.
Yeah, things move on, don't they, Ralph? Eh?
Yeah, true.
Things do, and they move on very fast as well.
Oh, awesome, Monica. She just donated 20 to JJ.
Oh, that's nice of her, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah, and he isn't even here. How rude.
Well, we'll have to split it in half then, Ralph. Eh?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd only be right, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah.
You know. I mean, look, who else could put a live stream up and let two other people run it?
That's JJ.
You know,
We've been doing that forever.
You know.
Ever since StreamYard, I think. No, I'm fine, Tony. I've just been busy. Yeah, I didn't get into playing Classic. I really should get back into that.
Yeah, even you can't see me reckon we should split that, Ralph. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I should be buying donuts. What will you get, Ralph?
For $10?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not a lot, is it? Some donuts, some Pringles, maybe.
Yeah, stuff like that. Maybe a new bag of coal to power my furnace.
No, a bottle of Coke.
Bottle of Coke, yeah. Twinkies.
Yeah, I've heard too much bad things about them.
About Twinkies?
Yes. Very bad things, Ralph. they've got so many preservatives and rubbish in them, right? You could take one out the packaging, leave it in the airing cupboard, and it'd be exactly the same softness and everything in a year's time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Maybe I
Yeah.
should try. I have a couple left. Maybe I should. I have two of them. I should take one out of the package, leave the other one in the plastic, just put them somewhere in the cupboard, and forget about them for a couple of years.
Yeah, you go back, you go, oh, I left it there yesterday. And it tastes just as good.
Yes, indeed, science experiment. I have a couple of thumbnails ready made with like titles in them already, so that I only have to add like a little part of the title and put the picture in. Hold on, let me see if I can find that. What I have. Thumbnails. Open the thing for. Yeah, that's on the drive that has to speed up. So I have a thumbnail that says DIY, like the one I used for my last video. I have one that says dumpster diving. I have one that says scrapping, metal casting, of course, unboxing. But I also have one that says just because, like, I don't know, for whatever reason. But I have one that says experiment, which I both haven't used. So if I ever do any experiments on video, I'm going to use that.
Why not?
Yeah. So because there's a lot of experiments like Coca-Cola versus Mentos. And there's a lot of people who have like metal casting equipment like I have, like either a big homemade furnace or the little electric one, and they all say lava versus whatever. But it's never lava. It's always molten aluminium or molten copper for some weird reason.
Yeah, I don't suppose
The only one who actually uses lava that I've seen is either the Backyard Scientist. He doesn't upload that often anymore though. And a Belgium guy called PressTube.
Yeah, we got Raphael in the house now and Sunshine Coop Rallo.
Oh, hello, Raphael.
Yeah, it's not easy to get hold of a bit of lava now, though, these days, is it?
No, you can get the rocks, lava rocks, and melt those. The melting point is actually similar to glass, which is slightly higher than copper. It's like 1200 Celsius, I think.
Yeah.
But the problem is you're not going to get it actually liquid. You sometimes see those big lava flows where it's just about all molten, like all close to water. But it's more going to be like glass and all big and syrupy and flowing really slow. And as soon as it flows out, because it gets cooled by the air, you have like a glassy string on there, and it breaks and it shatters.
Yeah. I love it when I see molten lava going into the sea.
Oh, that's a cool effect. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think Backyard Scientist had a experiment where he drops lava just immediately in the swimming pool. Just has the red hot crucible over the pool, just turns it upside down, and you see it basically dripping down, and it when it hits the water, it goes like.
Yeah. I like it when they do that with aluminium into a bowl of water or a bucket of water.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that's cool.
They just drip feed it into the bucket and you get these little blobbles at the end, you know.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they actually get to the molded piece at the bottom and they just start accumulating on top of that because, you know, they've not cooled quick enough. They go through the water and still stick and they end up with this weird shape of art.
Yeah, you can make some kind of art out of it. I've seen also the Backyard Scientist do this with Orbeez. Those are those like spitballs that they're tiny little balls. You put them in like a bucket of water and they absorb the water and they get like 10 times the size they had. They become like the size of your average marble. And if you fill like a big container, he used a big fish tank and he filled it up to the brim and he poured molten aluminium on that. And that just trickled down between all the little balls.
Yeah.
And then he took that out and picked all the balls out and had it upside down, and it looked like a piece of coral. It looked awesome.
I've seen that one. Yeah, little tiny, like plastic balls, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're like jelly, aren't they? They're like a jelly type feel, aren't they?
Yeah. Orbeez, I think they're called, or spitballs. That's something I want to try at some point. Just fill a crucible as full as I can with aluminium, and get
Yeah.
like a container with Orbeez and do the same thing. The problem is I have so many ideas and things that I want to try to do using metal casting. Whenever I see one of the other people that does metal casting do something similar, I'm always like, damn, now I can't do it because people are going to say, oh, you're copying them.
Yeah. I think it's like when you pour the aluminium into the water and you get them tiny little droplets of aluminium going down, it's actually sort of having a decent base for it to sit on. So when you take
Yeah.
the shape out, it's on a nice base.
Yeah.
You know, if that could be achieved, then, you know, it'd save a lot of aggro trying to sort of base out for it after.
Yeah.
Because you can actually give them away as presents because they're just one-off pieces of art that you'll never see again. You'll never see that shape.
No, exactly. It's all completely unique. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about handcrafted work. It's usually unique.
Yeah.
There's also someone I've been following. He doesn't specifically do metal casting. He has some metal casting in his videos. It's called the Craftsman. Just instead of craftsman, he took the T out. And the way he presents his videos is quite unique because he uses a hand puppet as a host. And he has a very ASMR-like voice. It's like, hello all, my name is your host, the Craftsman. Today we're going to be melting some metals. So stuff like that. It's really awesome to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people could be put straight off by the way you speak, couldn't they? The sound of your voice, and they go, I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, on some of his videos, which were quite popular and got recommended to everyone around, they put like a gazillion dislikes because, oh, this guy sounds goofy. But the people who are actually fans and who are actually there for the crafting process and who actually like the guy just said, oh, ignore the comments and stuff. But he's actually brilliant. Craftsman Steady Crafting. I think Steady Crafting is his website. Mo Homesteading, temperature of lava to melt is about the same as glass, just above copper, close to 1200 Celsius. But of course, the hotter you get it, the more liquid it gets. On lava rocks, you can get, I don't know, there's probably like garden centers that sell all types of stones. They usually have like lava rocks. And I don't think they're that expensive. I think you buy those by the kilogram or maybe by the pound.
And I'm just going to tell Raphael and Golden Retro, I used to have the Commodore VIC-20.
Oh, wow.
That was the one that was before the 64.
I have the re-release of the Commodore 64, not the old one with the brown keys, but the more modern-looking one.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether my parents have still got that in their loft somewhere. I'm not sure. It might have been thrown away. But I certainly don't remember there being any tower or anything like that with it.
No. It was the keyboard was a big fat keyboard, and the computer was basically in there. And if you wanted to use these things, oh yes, vintage.
Yeah,
I think these had like 300 somewhat K of storage, and that was counting both sides. You had to buy a huge drive for it that connected separately, and I think the drive was 600. Well, that's guilders back then, but that would be equivalent to 600 euros or dollars right now, basically. So yeah, that's some vintage stuff there. I still have most of that stuff. I also have the Commodore Amiga, which came out later, which had the little discs with the metallic slidey thing that the PC also used. A Z81. Z48.
Tony, you're much older than me. So
Really, he is?
I wouldn't even remember the 48K. He's going to go mad. No, we did have the what was the other game? But they were more of a gaming computer. They weren't a computer.
What, Atari?
Was it a Spectrum?
Yeah.
The Spectrum as well.
ZX Spectrum, I think maybe.
I don't know. Was that the Spectrum, the ZX? I'm not sure.
I have close to 30 consoles actually.
It's got 25 systems.
I really need to fix my setup because it's becoming so wobbly. The whole thing is going to collapse at some point.
I'm sure I've seen someone that's made a unit and they've put like a plastic panel on the front of it and they've got all different types of gaming systems in it. You know, just as ornaments now. Can't remember.
Yeah,
where they do that.
some people do that. Where is it? I've shown this a couple of times. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. There we go. This is an old picture where I still had my television. This is my gaming console setup.
Oh, it
but
might be you then.
yeah, I think I might have shown this. Come on, focus on the damn picture.
Yeah, I can remember certain things, but I can't remember where I saw it or who had it or.
Yeah, this thing is about to collapse, so I might have to rebuild. But yeah, these are just 24. And on top is the PlayStation 3. That was the newest that I had back then. I don't have the television anymore. This is a 42-inch television, I think it was. And I now have a projector, and I project straight at the wall, and it's a 110-inch screen, basically.
Yeah, see, Tony's now saying a Sinclair 48K. I mean, the name Sinclair rings a bell, you know, definitely. But
yeah, I have the Commodore's Amiga 600. That came with a 40 megabyte hard drive.
Yeah, I only had the VIC-20, so that was it. But some of my friends did have like the Atari or the Spectrum and things like that. I mean, what great games back in the day. You know, to what we've got today, the graphics and everything on these games today. You know, I'm talking about playing a game like the Caterpillar. You know, where the Caterpillar got to sway down the screen and you got to shoot all the Caterpillar.